Hi, today we're going to talk about our T8 lighting. All of our T8 lights, as you look on the website, are specifically engineered to our specifications. The big difference in whether it's a replacement lamp or the Linkable series, which is very popular, the big difference between our product and anyone else's on the market, what I call an entry level or retail grade, it really comes down to we use a Cree LED. It is a higher quality LED, and the other big component in any LED lighting product is the driver. So on these products, the driver slides within the cavity, so you really don't get to see it. But when you pull one apart, your entry-level products, they're just a basic driver converting your AC to either 12-volt DC or 24-volt DC. And so when you're really trying to build a product specifically based on price, this, what you get is the bare minimum to accomplish, the task of sending a 12 or 24 volt DC voltage to your LEDs. Our driver is much more robust. It is a 100 to 277 volt compatible, so you can use a standard 110, 120, 220, 240 to reduce your amperage all the way up to 277. This driver, the big thing is we have additional components within the driver that eliminate the radio interference. It's a big issue with T8 lighting because it's an unshielded driver. There's not a lot of room in the cavities, so there's a lot of engineering that goes in this. It's really like a miniature computer that's dictating the pulse rate and harmonics that go into the LEDs, which give you higher lumens per watt depending on your components. But ours are 152 in a clear lens, any of the products that you choose in our T8 lighting, which is very respectable. 85 color rendering index, very close to the sun. Some growers actually use our lights to prolong the daylight hours in their growing operation because it is, it's that good of a light. And then it also gives you just a pure white versus not having the blue, red, yellows in prevalence. So the NO-RF, with all that technology, everything we got built in the driver, the combination of that with the LED chip, the NO-RF is a really big thing. So if you like listening to the radio in the garage or your shop, you have remote controls for your garage door openers. It's not going to interfere with the radio. It's not going to interfere with the performance of the garage door remote, as well as any Bluetooth, any RF, any type of RF communications, even in cattle for feed management, let's say in milking operations and so on. And so we're just going to do a quick demonstration of what is a real simple thing is turn on a radio, and we're going to turn on an older product. This is actually not an older product. It's just a product from one of our competitors that we occasionally bring in and test to see what they've got. And so this is one of our competitors' products. So let's turn it on and see what happens, and then we'll turn on our NO-RF driven light, and we'll see what happens then. So you can see as you cycle it on, sometimes it will actually take the radio out completely. This is a strong radio station, not a weak one. So you can see how that just cuts it right out. This is our product with a NO-RF driver. And as you can see, there's no radio interference. So with NO-RF, certainly there's a cost to that, so we're not going to be the cheapest product on the market, but we do have the best warranty. We do have NO-RF, and it's worth the whatever additional it is as compared to some of the Chinese products that you're buying out there. And there's some good ones and there's not, so there is a big difference. And I'm going to give you a quick explanation of the Linkable product. So each lamp, when you're buying our linkable series, and any whatever length or wattage that you're using, each comes with a packet with mounting clips, a 1-inch link to link them together end to end, a whipcord with bare wire on one end to go into your junction box, the special 3-prong plug to go into the socket on the lamp to power it up. The color code, I'll tell you that real quickly, is a international color code. Brown goes to black, blue goes to white or neutral, and the yellow wire has a green stripe, that's your ground. So once that first lamp is powered up, after mounting your clips, snapping the base of the lamp into your clips to mount it to your surface, you're going to have a 1-inch link that's included. We call that a 1-inch AC link. Half of that goes on in that socket on that first lamp, and on the next lamp, you can see this, it simply slides on for an end-to-end configuration. Daisy chaining end to end up to however many units based on the wattage of the product and the length of the product. So just pay careful attention to that. Make sure that you don't link more than you can together of a particular product. In saving wiring, you can actually on a longer run just simply use one junction box and run the maximum linkable to one side and maximum linkable to the other side, so you can get a much longer run out of just one AC inlet. There are also a lot of accessory cords that we make available to you. If you don't want to, use a direct wire method and you just want to, plug it in without having to buy the little plug converter, 3-prong plug converter, we have different lengths of 3-prong cord, pre-made 19-inch, 39-inch, 5-foot, 6.5-foot, as well as a link cord to space between the lamps. So depending on your configuration, how many lamps are going to be required by the 8 lumens per cubic foot that you want to calculate. That's like going into any major retailer. You just simply divide the 8 lumens per cubic foot into the 8 lumens per cubic foot, take the lamp output of the choice that you have and divide that in, and it'll tell you how many lamps you need. And so depending on your configuration of your area, you may want some link cords, and these are from 1 foot all the way to 6.5 foot, and it'll just help get the matrix or the light correctly spread out. These lamps in the clear, just so you know, have a what we call the V series. There's an angle that we have built into that to give you a wider projection, so when you're running rows in the same direction within 8 to 10 to 12 feet, they're actually blending and blasting towards each other. So you don't get the hot spots, the banding, zebra effect we call it. So when you look on the website, you'll see that that yellow matrix chart and with the dimensions of a typical mounting height and spacing between, and you'll see that once you get to the second and third row, lighting up your project, it hits all the corners, and it's just a very cost-effective and easy to install lighting method. They're really, we carry a lot of great other products, high bays and things like that, but this linkable product has really taken over a big part of the market for lighting any shop, garage. And appreciate you watching the video. Any questions, please feel free to call our 800 number, and we're there to help you. Take care.